When I told my sister and her husband that I was going to marry the woman I truly loved, they froze. Then, without hesitation, they said, "If you go through with this, don't bother coming back. We want nothing to do with you." The room went silent. I had always believed family stood by you no matter what. But in that moment, my entire world cracked. And what they didn't know was that this decision would unravel secrets none of us were ready for. Her name was Emily. I met her at a friend's gathering years ago. She was radiant, full of warmth, the kind of woman who made every room brighter. But she was also married. At the time, I buried my feelings, convincing myself it was impossible. But life has a strange way of circling back. Years later, when we reconnected, Emily was no longer the same. Her marriage had been broken for years, full of distance, arguments, and silent tears she never told anyone about. She had 2 children, both her reason for holding on as long as she could. But when she finally filed for divorce, she was free, bruised emotionally, yes, but also ready to rebuild her life. I didn't plan for it, but somewhere between late-night conversations and long walks where she finally laughed again, we fell in love. For the first time, I felt alive too. It wasn't a fling. It wasn't an escape. It was real. But love stories, especially unconventional ones, rarely come without a price. When I finally gathered the courage to tell my family, I expected hesitation, maybe even concern. But what I didn't expect was rejection. My sister Sarah and her husband were the loudest voices against me. She was married. Sarah snapped. "She's got baggage. Do you really think you're going to play father to 2 kids who aren't yours?" Her husband chimed in, smirking, "You're ruining your life. Everyone will laugh at you." I tried to explain. "She's kind, she's loyal, she's suffered enough. I love her." But they wouldn't listen. Instead, they spread whispers through the family, twisting the story into something shameful. Soon, uncles stopped calling. Cousins avoided me. Even my brothers grew distant. It wasn't just judgment. It was isolation. I had chosen Emily, and it seemed that meant losing everyone else. The night before our wedding, Sarah called me one last time. Her voice was cold, final. "If you go through with this, don't expect us to show up. You'll be dead to us." My heart ached. But then Emily walked into the room, holding my hand with a trembling grip. She whispered, "If you're scared, if you want to walk away, I'll understand." And that's when it hit me. For years, I had lived under my family's shadow, desperate for approval. But here, in front of me, was someone who chose me, not for status, not for perfection, but for love. I looked into her eyes and said, "No. Tomorrow, we're getting married. With or without them." And we did. In a small ceremony, surrounded not by family blood, but by the few friends who believed in us. It wasn't grand. But it was honest. And when Emily's kids hugged me after, whispering "Dad," I knew I had made the right choice. At first, my family kept their word. Silence. No calls, no visits, no congratulations. I thought I had lost them forever. But then, something unexpected happened. Months later, my sister showed up at my door. She looked tired, almost broken. "I don't understand it," she admitted, "but you seem happy. And the kids, they adore you." Behind her, her husband stood stiff, clearly still disapproving. But even he couldn't deny what he saw, a family built not by convention, but by choice. Slowly, the whispers faded. My brothers reconnected, curiosity replacing judgment. Even my mother, who had once begged me to reconsider, hugged Emily and said through tears, "If she gives you peace, then maybe she belongs here." Looking back now, I realize something powerful. Family isn't defined by who shares your blood. It's defined by who shares your battles, your laughter, your sleepless nights, and your dreams. My sister and I may never fully erase those scars of betrayal, but we've learned. And Emily? She taught me that sometimes the greatest love stories are the ones the world tries hardest to stop. So here's the truth. When you choose love real, raw, unshakable love, you may lose people. But the ones who matter will eventually see the beauty in your choice. And as Emily and I tucked her kids into bed that night, I smiled. Because for the first time in years, I didn't feel alone. I felt home.